Hi, everyone. Yes, there's nothing like closing out the first day of a summit like the Global Anti-Scam Summit. I have just arrived from DC around 11 a.m. today, so you'll bear with me. If I can bring the energy, you can bring the energy, okay? I am so pumped to get to share something that we've worked on at Amazon. For those who I haven't met, my name is Abigail Bishop. I am the global head of scam prevention at Amazon. I've met many of you in my prior role leading external relations for this topic. What I get to do now, and I'm so excited to be able to do it, is I get to drive our product strategy. So I get to work with those technical wizards behind the curtain to come up with solutions to help consumers stay safe from scams. And so we've been working on a couple of things that I get to share today. So wait for it. It's going to be great. So let's start off. Here we are. That's me. There you go. So what I'm going to talk about today is a challenge that we've all faced, especially when it comes to impersonation scams, which is the scam that we hear from our customers as being most prevalent for them. And that question is, am I sure this is really a communication from whom I think it is? Haha. Anybody ever get a call, a text, an email, not knowing who sent it to you? Everybody nod, yes, we all have. I have as well. And the challenge is that scammers exploit that moment of doubt, right? And so most of us have experienced these scams, and we find ourselves in that moment of doubt, and we have a question that we need to answer, and we don't necessarily have a way of doing that. So we exercise our best judgment. We pull on some of those platitudes and cliches that are important, but be wary of false urgency. Make sure you don't engage with someone you're not familiar with, right? But that only takes you so far. And bad actors pretend to be well-known organizations like Amazon, like other institutions and organizations all over the world. And so when we think about the scale, though, right, and we all know this, but just to double down on it, over $400 billion lost last year. Over half of adults around the world are experiencing these. It's one of the most pervasive, prevalent, and problematic crimes that continues to impact people around the world. And that's just talking about the financial impacts, right? Think about the social, the emotional impacts that these crimes are having on the victims and on the consumers who they're touching. And for Amazon, we are helping to take the guesswork out of that for consumers around the world. You excited yet? Yes, let's go. All right. And as an Amazon customer, I am personally excited that I have a resource to help me validate that there is really Amazon communications coming through. So when we talk about impersonation scams, the types of reports that we hear from customers so often are things like, I got a random call from somebody telling me that I bought something on Amazon that I don't remember buying, and they asked me for my credentials and my information, but something just felt off, right? And so we listened to these customers when they told us their stories, not just because we're customer-centric, which we espouse to be, but because it was the right thing to do. And so to date, and it's not to say we haven't done things, right? Like many companies, we've built technology, we have machine learning that protects our customers' accounts around the clock, around the world, to make sure that our customers are navigating our store safely. We also invest in teams that are working similarly around the globe, around the clock, with law enforcement and others to take down fraudulent websites, fraudulent emails, domains, taking down phone numbers, etc. Working to build cases to support law enforcement's efforts to hold bad actors accountable. Last year alone, our proactive measures helped to prevent millions of suspected scam phone calls reach consumers around the world. Millions. And that's important stuff. It's really important. We're going to keep doing that. We also worked on education. We've worked with folks like GASA, with the Global Cyber Alliance, with the Better Business Bureau and AARP in the US to help consumers avoid and recognize scams when they see them. The reality is that we know we need to do more, and we need to take it further. And so what we've done is we have addressed this challenge of when you're staring at a message, not knowing whether it's really from who it says it's from, you can now know. And we need that information in the moment that customers are experiencing these scams. So the challenge ahead of us was, how do we make sure that whatever resource we're providing customers, that it's accurate, that it's fast, and that it's accessible, right? Just like any good product. And so for us, we turned that listening into action. And we developed the technology to do just that. We developed a communication authentication technology to mitigate these bad actors' attempts to deceive consumers around the world. How did we do it? Well, I'm so glad you asked. We took a two-part AI architecture. The first piece was tied to cross-checking communication, you'll see there, that consumers receive against Amazon's actual outgoing communications. That is a really big distinction. We went through all of our outgoing communications around the world. Then we use LLMs, large language models, to analyze multiple data points, thinking about different patterns, whether it's tied to domains, whether it's tied to content, timing, formatting, tons of metadata. Only when both the historical match and the scam detection checks cross do you receive a positive verification, achieving 100% precision for confirmed responses. 100% of the time. When you get a response that a communication is from Amazon, it is correct. Okay? Put that into context. Think about a company like Amazon. We're now talking about billions, 10 digits, of communications that are going out from thousands of Amazon teams around the world every week are being analyzed in this tool, okay? So this approach is going to provide consumers with that clear, definitive communication verification. And if we cannot verify a communication, we will follow up with some prompts, some sort of poking to ensure that we're getting the right information from consumers in order to make our analysis more accurate. Nobody making an inquiry through this tool is going to leave empty-handed. We are also tying in integrated tips and supports to help people find resources and avoid these types of experiences in the future. Amazon's verification service provides something that, frankly, no other scam detection tool can. Okay? And what that is only Amazon can accurately determine whether a communication originated from our systems with 100% certainty. So we're combining proprietary communication records with AI-empowered scam detection to deliver truly an authoritative verification of a communication. So we're providing accurate, certain, and peace of mind to customers and consumers around the world that the communication is really from us. So here, we're going to start with this. Tempting. Get your phone. Try it. Let's go. Okay. So this is where we're starting. So at Amazon, we knew that we had this powerful technology and resource available to consumers. And rather than sitting on it, we are starting with this, which is accessible today to you if you want to go test it out. It is verify at amazon.com. What you're going to do, it's just incredible that something as simple as an email address triggers a complex set of protocols and technology activation behind the scenes. The process is you get a skeevy email, skeevy communication, send it to verify at amazon.com. Within seconds, you will get a communication back telling you whether it's real or not. It's pretty cool. Most people, it's pretty dang fast. You should get a communication back within 10 seconds. And going back to, that's within 10 seconds, we've combed through billions of recent communications around the world. So verifiedamazon.com is intended to take that guesswork out of it for consumers. And we're going to continue to innovate around this technology. We're not stopping here. We're going to improve access. We're going to think about how this is going to resonate in different localities around the globe to ensure that we're really meeting our customers where they are and what works best for them. And the result is that customers are going to have that clear verification plus actionable advice to stay safe from scams. And this is the part where you all go, yay! Yay! Exactly! All right, so if we just go through this flywheel, the other piece that I want to underscore is that from here, every verification request makes this system smarter. It helps feed our intelligence moving forward. It also automatically reports the experience to our reporting logs so that we are keeping track of what types of scams are going out there so that we can continue to do that enforcement work and that protection work of our customers, and ultimately help protect more consumers around the world. It is just the beginning. As I said, we are continuing to innovate. We're going to come up with new ways of applying this technology throughout our customer experience on our Amazon store around the world so that it is easy, accessible, fast, and accurate to ensure that customers, if you're unsure whether communication is really from Amazon, you can check behind the scenes. And for us, thinking about as a company and as a brand who's impersonated, if you're working in an organization or work with organizations who are an impersonated brand, it is a gnarly challenge to fight. For Amazon, these scams are happening off of our store, right? And so for us, if things are happening on our store, we have controls, we have ways of tracking it, we have all these different ways of protecting our customers, like I cited earlier. When they're happening off of our store, it's very difficult to further protect your customers from these types of threats. And so I am hopeful that other companies and organizations who are impersonated take the guesswork out of it for your customers, for the people that are being served by your organization. We don't have to leave that a mystery anymore. We have the ability to drive 100% verification of communications And so I just put that forward as a call to action for those who are interested to please reach out to myself, reach out to any of my Amazon colleagues who are here. This does not have to be an Amazon-only practice. I think we all could apply the same approach to ensuring that we are telling our customers when it's really us communicating with them. So if you're interested in finding out more about this, all of the work that went into creating that fast, accurate, accessible experience, a shameless plug for tomorrow at our session entitled The Nonsense of Consumer Education. Come join us there, and thank you guys so much.